Welcome back. Right, I'm just about to do tea again. We're a bit late tonight. It is starting to go dark, but so we can be having a pretty late tea. I'm back on Cadidras, lovely mountain. Fortunately you can't see it because the clouds are literally blocking the summit there. We're very high up. I was supposed to have had this on hours ago, but we had a day out. We've been to some waterfalls, black falls. I don't know the Welsh name off the top of my head. Can't pronounce it anyway. Right, so what we're having tea tonight, I've got this joint of lamb. I was just in town earlier on, and because it was coming towards the end of the day, it had been reduced. It should have been £15 and it was reduced to £8, so I thought I'm having that. Not only that, it's a nice big piece. We'll get tonight's tea out of it. There's only the two of us. Nice decent tea out of it tonight, and there'll be something left for sandwiches tomorrow, so when we go out on a hike or whatever we're going to do tomorrow is what the weather's going to be like, because unfortunately there's no internet up here, so we can't get a weather forecast. The car won't even pick up reception on the radio. So anyway, let's get on with it. I'm cooking tonight in the Afghan kazan again. Okay, we've used this in a previous video. Absolutely love it. I bought it a couple of months ago, and I love it. It's one of the best pieces of kit I bought this year. I've got a new fire pit coming next week. I'll be showing that on a future videos. But there you go, pressure cooker. Okay, aluminium, very thick. I've shown you on previous videos. You got the valves on the top. Okay, lid goes on basically. Got food in there, and clamps on, and then basically you just tighten that, and then the pressure builds up inside. When you finish cooking, release the pressure out by using the valves, and that's basically it. If you want to know a bit more about it, go to the beef stew video, because I actually go on about it in a bit more detail. Right, what we're having tonight, so we've got lamb. Okay, we've got some lovely fresh mint here. Okay, what I'm kind of going to do is a nice joint of lamb, and it's going to be in a spicy tomato. So it's basically lamb, beans and a few veggies thrown in. So here's my beans here. Okay, basically they've been soaking now. I put them on in soak about lunchtime. It's about midday. We're coming on for about 8:30 in the evening. So they've had plenty of soak. Some people soak them overnight. I think you only need 6 hours. You know, that's good enough. We're going to cook them off anyway, so we're going to quickly cook them, so they're half cooked, and then the rest of it, the cooking's going to be done in the pressure cooker. So yeah, so it's going to be a kind of a tomatoey, it's going to be spicy. I've got some chilies. There's some chili, ginger and garlic, fairly finely chopped. I've got tomatoes, some roughly chopped chunky carrots, onion, of course you've got the beans in there, and then I'm going to add some spices. But the main thing is, kettle's just nearly boiling. It did boil, and I've just put it back on to warm it up. Throw another. And we're actually going to cook the beans on the hobo stove. And then, while the beans are cooking off, I'm going to light my fire, and then prepare the marinade for this. Now, normally I would put it in marinade overnight, you know, even 24 hours, but unfortunately, it's getting dark. So I'm just going to throw marinade together. Right, the kettle's coming to the boil now, so I'm going to get my beans on. Let's start with the beans. So basically, throw the beans in the water in there. Okay, what beans are they? Right. Whoop, there's the kettle boiling. As you know, the Kelly kettle, again used in previous videos, absolute swear by this thing. Great when you're up here, because, you know, people use these gas stoves, which are all very well, but we're miles out of town, we're on a mountain. If I run out of gas, and I have been here before, many years ago when I used to use gas, and ran out of gas, and I went into the town and I couldn't buy any. So, ever since, we've used the Kelly kettle, because it just burns wood. You can put charcoal in there. I've got my big wood pile, so you know you can just go around. I was using it on another mountain today when we went to waterfalls and just picking sticks up off the floor and throwing them in. Right, let's get these beans on. So, hobo stove, I've not, you know, not used it on a video yet. I use it a hell of a lot. So basically, that goes over a little fire bowl for the Kelly kettle. It's part of the Kelly kettle kit. So what we're actually going to do, I'm just going to load a bit more wood in there. Okay. And basically, we're going to boil the beans. There we are. Nice bits of kindling. I'll load that, I'll let that burn, and there we go. Right, so we've got hot water from the kettle. I'm going to add a bit of salt. There we go, a little bit of salt. Now what I'm also going to throw in there as well is a little bit of broth mix. Pretty good stuff because it's dry. As long as you keep it in a bag and keep it dry, it's amazing. You can put it in any meal, but the broth mix contains barley. Can't get the knot undone. There we go, we're in there. It's just in a plastic bag just in case it spills. There we are. So basically in there you've got barley, you've got lentils, you've got some dry peas, but it's great in stews, it's great in all sorts. So I'm going to throw that in with the beans. Normally I soak this as well, but times come to a bit late. Throw that down there for now. There we go. Right, so let's get that on the boil. Put the lid on. Whoa. Pan's got a bit out of shape. I've had it that many years. Okay. Let's get a stick so I can pop that under the handle. And then the handle doesn't get up. Not worse than picking the handle up and it's red hot. Right, so that's hobo stove going. Right, all I've got to do now is light my fire, put the ingredients in the kazan, and we're ready to go. Right, quickly, let's do a marinade. Now, like I say, normally do my marinades early, and this would be hours in the marinade. Tonight it's going to get about 20 minutes. I'll throw some oil on the mint. Okay, just makes it easier to chop. Right, there we go, just chop the mint. I'm just roughly doing it. There we are. Fresh mint. You can use mint sauce, you know. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Right, so roughly chop like so. Then what we're going to do is pop that into this pan. Let's take that out a second. Bits of blood in there off the lamb. I think it's a leg joint, this. Not 100% because it didn't say on it, it just said lamb joint. But it looks like it is a leg joint. Right, okay. So what we're going to add to that, a bit of pepper. White pepper, this one. Salt, I'm going to put it straight onto the lamb itself. It's not coming out because the lid's on. There we go. Right. Like I say, we'd normally marinate this for quite a few hours. But, yeah, black pepper. Right, okay, so the black pepper's not grinding very well there. Right, so then, let's get the marinade put together. We'll start off with vinegar. So, a couple of tablespoons of vinegar. Now, it's kind of a bit sweet and sour, this. And the sweetener, we're going to use honey. Okay. Right, so, vinegar in. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Not too much. I do like my Worcestershire, but I kind of really want the tomatoey flavour in this. But it's going to be like, almost like a chilli in a way, because you know, you got your beans and what have you. Drizzle of lemon juice. Some cayenne pepper. About a teaspoon of, this is actually smoked paprika. I normally use about a teaspoon of that. Now, I like to use fresh coriander when it's available, but unfortunately it wasn't available. Whoop. Nice plug of that. Okay, get some oil. It's normal vegetable oil. Rapeseed oil it is actually, but if you want to know exactly what it is. I'm going to put a little bit of ground coriander in as well. Just give it that nice little garam masala. Teaspoon. And a very little bit of chili powder. Now, I don't want it too hot. I've already got half a chili chopped up there. Whoop. I put quite a lot in, never mind. I don't mind it when it's spicy. And then that. Here we go. A good old spoon of honey. There we are. Drizzle that round. Nice bit of sweetness in there. I'll put a bit more in. There we are. Okay. Right, then plastic bits on the lids. Right, and then to that, we've got, in this pile here, we've got some nice chopped ginger, fresh ginger, half a chilli, and then 2 cloves of garlic. So, in this, we're now going to add your onion. Whoop. There we go. Your garlic, ginger and your chilli. Okay, I'm going to give that a nice mix up. Now all this is going into the pot anyway, so nothing, you know, I really wish I had a bit more time to marinate this lamb a bit longer. But basically there we go. Right, what have I missed? Oh, sumac. I love sumac. Used it before. Citrusy. Grows in the Middle East. Lovely purple flower. Okay. And there we go. That's our marinade made. You know, you can add wine to that as well. Wine is really good. Unfortunately, I haven't got any with me. So, now then, get your lamb. Pop it in. And basically just roll that. All that oil over it. Rub it in. The longer you leave this in the marinade, the better it tastes. There we go. Right. Right, now then. I can hear that water starting to boil now, so then I'm going to leave on for 20 minutes to half an hour. Till they're nice and sort of going soft. You kind of boil them for at least 10 minutes, beans. Soak them for 6 hours at least. Boil them for 10 minutes. And then let them simmer for 10-20 minutes. Depends how soft you want them. I like them with a bit of crunch. But these are going to be cooked even more in the Kazan. Right, so I'm just going to leave that now. Let it marinate for a bit. Hopefully it's not dark when I bring you back. And we'll get on with it then. Okay, catch you in a bit. Right, I'm back. Okay, so the beans have been on for a good 20 minutes. They've been boiling away on the hobo stove. You know, nice little embers in there. They've just been simmering for about the last 5-10 minutes. I don't want them fully cooked. Okay, my fire's lit. I've even got my lanterns out because it's, as you can see, it's gone dark. Well, it's still a fair bit of light. The clouds are getting closer to us. It might be foggy by the time I actually serve this up, but no worries, we've got plenty of light. Okay, so everything's ready to go on now. Beans are there, fire's lit. I'm just gonna put this over the fire. I'm not gonna go, you don't need a huge fire. All you need is heat on the bottom. And then when it goes to pressure, I will just bring it up slightly from the flames. depending, and then work out what the best height to maintain the pressure is in the cooker. Right, so what we're going to do, here we go. You've seen me use this before if you've seen previous videos. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. And if you think there's anything wrong with my video and how I can make it better, please sort of leave your comments, and as long as you're friendly enough, you know what I mean, whether they're good comments or, you know, what you don't like about a video if you don't like something. Right, so anyway, let's crack on. Right, so took the screw off, there we go. So empty pot in there, nothing in there. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to add the vegetables. So I've cut up a bit of potato as well. That green stuff's just mint, that was on my knife when I was cutting it up. Right, so potatoes in. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now what I want to do is actually sit the meat on top of the vegetables. Problem is with this kazan, it's a little bit big. Like I say, if you watch the beef stew video, I go into more detail about kazans, how they work, different sizes. This is a 8 litre, a little bit big because it's only 2 of us tonight, but you know, if I've got 6 or 7 people with me, this is perfect size. Right, now I'm going to throw in tomatoes. Okay, there we go. Now then, okay, right, so that's in there. So I'm just going to give it a quick shake, get them all nice and level, nice and even. There we go. I'm just going to pop that on the floor a minute while I bring this up. Check the handle, make sure it's not hot. Now quite literally, if I get the kettle now, this is how good these stoves are, the Kelly kettle stoves. Put the, you know, there's some nice embers in there from what I've been burning. If I get just a bit of sticks, kindling, anything, I've got the hobo still on it, so that'll ignite in no time. That's a bit too big. So basically, I could put the kettle just straight on without messing about, having to light everything. Right, now then, here's the beans. Like I say, I don't want them fully cooked. There we are, nice and hot in there. Now I'm just going to get my spoon here and just give it a little test, see. What I want is not cooked. Oh, yeah, I like them crunchy. But they've been on 20 minutes and they're well and truly cooked. No worries, make it even better. I'm just going to pour that straight in. In fact, hang on. Stock cube. I'm using a beef stock cube. I prefer lamb stock cubes when I'm using lamb, but throw that in there. Okay. And now I'm going to put some tomato puree in. Nice good old blob of tomato puree. And I'm going to stir all that up. There we go. Of course, you've got your broth mix in there, you've got your beans in there, pinto beans and cannellini beans. Absolutely lovely, I love cannellini beans. Right, and I'm just going to pour that straight in. No messing about, simple. I'll lift that back up again. I've just got the lid off my Dutch oven here. Stop me burning the table. Good piece of kit on itself, that. There we go. Now then, I've got just the right amount of water in there because I just want the veggies covered, just covered, so I can sit the meat on the top. So now then, get my meat, lovely big joint of meat. So that's been marinating for half an hour. I would like it a bit longer. Well, a lot longer actually. Right, so meat's on there. Now we've got all this lovely marinade here with all the spices and everything we put in. We've got the onions there as well. And all I'm going to do, pour that straight in. There you go. I'm just going to get some water from the kettle. There you go, it's relit itself. That's how good and efficient these are. Didn't have to mess about relighting it. There we go. Set the top up. Whoop. It's just to get there. Bits of this, you can still see some spices in there. I'm going to tip that over like so. Don't want it past the meat. I want the meat to cook outside the... I've got a bit too deep there, but it doesn't really matter. Let's knock them onions and all that mint into there like so. And then all I'm going to do, pop on the lid. Find the screw where I've put it. Pull the shoulders up. Tighten that down. So it's fairly tight, but don't go too mad because it is... Whoop, drop my beer. Whoop, that's going to go again. Bit in there. My table's just fell to pieces. Okay, so valves all free moving. I'm just going to bring this over to the chain. Put the chain through. Clip it on like so. And then these bits, there's another 3 because basically the idea of this, I can put a griddle on it. And then I'm just going to lower that so it is just above them flames. So the fire there is got lots of lovely hot embers in there. Just one chain up, that's it. And that's it. So now I'm just going to keep feeding this fire for the next hour. And then we're going to take it off and see how we got with it. There we go, the fire. I've just moved a log and the fire's kind of revving up again. Some lovely hot embers in there. Got plenty of wood down here. You know, this wood will, you know, I've got enough wood here for at least a good few hours. So, and once this is cooked, I'm just going to fill my fire up, enjoy a beer, and have a nice tea, hopefully. Okay, so all I'm going to do, about 10 minutes time, this will start to pressurise. You can hear the pressure already starting to build up. And then once it's to pressure, I'm just going to raise it up slightly. As long as there's pressure in these valves, that's at a good height and it's going to cook well. Anyway, I'm going to give it 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, let the pressure build up, and then show you what the steam looks like when it's got pressure in it. Okay, see you in a sec. Right, I'm getting a nice hiss from the valves now. You can just hear that steady little hiss. Now if I just basically lift one of the valves, the cauldron is now at pressure. Okay, so now I'll start the watch, stopwatch, and I'm in the smoke here. But now that's at pressure, I'm giving it an hour, and then once that hour's up, I'm gonna release the pressure, let it cool down a bit, and then we'll go and give it a try. But now that's at pressure, I don't need quite so much fire, so I can let that fire sort of die down a bit, and the heat from the embers will keep that at pressure. And an hour from now, we should have a nice joint of lamb with some beans and some vegetables with a kind of chili sauce. And I can't wait because I'm starving. So, for the next hour, I'm just going to sit down, enjoy my beer, and enjoy the fire as well. Okay, catch you in an hour. Okay, we've been on an hour. Okay, well, just a little over. It's an hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to pull this off. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is move it over slightly. Okay, I'm going to release the steam. Release the pressure. You can hear it hissing there. Just let the pressure out. I love that sound. Oh, it smells gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh, yes. That smells great. You need to take it off the fire before you release it, because it's just going to keep building up pressure if it's still on the fire. Well, there we go. I just hope we had enough water in it. Just with them lentils and stuff, you know, it could I think I've been caught by a mosquito. Well, there we go. I'll keep releasing this, and then we'll give it 10 minutes or so just to cool down, and then we'll pop it open and see what we got. See you in a minute. Okay, hopefully this is going to be good. It's time to see what we've got. There we go. Unscrew that and pop them off. Now, this can be quite tricky. I've tried this a few times and the lid sticks, so you've got to kind of lever it off. There we go. Oh wow, the smell that has just come out of there is absolutely tremendous. That lamb looks, oh yes. Right,
smells amazing.
It does. Now we've got a lot of juice in there, really a massive amount of juice. Let's just have a taste of the veg, because we might have to stick it back on again, we don't know. No, that veg is cooked. That is super soft. Oh, super soft. Flavours in there. Oh, there's something else. They are something else. Now then, beans. Oh, yeah. I was expecting it to be a little bit spicy, but it's not. There's a lot more juice than I expected. I wish I hadn't put as much water in now. Obviously most of that juice has come out of the lamb. Right, let's get this lamb out, let's have a look. There we are. Goodness. Oh, it's tender. My knife won't even. Got to keep the knife in it. There we go. Whoa, transfer it to that. There we go. Now, let's pop that somewhere. Pop it on the lid. Okay. Now then, what I want, I don't want it too flaky. I want it so it cuts nice. Let's get rid of the bit of string. Let's just go off the edge there. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Now then. Oh, that's tender. That's really tender. Oh, that is tender. Right, an hour. An hour. That's all it needed. Now,
Super flaky.
it's beautiful, isn't it? Let's just now let's pull a bit of this out. Now, I was hoping it would be a bit thicker than that, but let's try potato. Oh, super soft. Now, I don't know whether to thicken it up or not. I quite like it. Well, basically what you're going to do, get a bowl when it's this, you know, great for dipping bread in that, and then get your lamb in chunks and just basically take that to the bowl You know, if I don't eat all this lamb tonight, I probably will. But yeah, no, you do. I'm trying to describe it. It like I say, I was expecting a chili type thing. I could put tomato puree in it, take some out in a pan lid. I might do that. Add tomato puree to thicken it up. I've got no corn flour with me, but do you know that as it is? That's beautiful. Ooh, look how flaky that lamb is. Just so tender. Ooh, a bit too much there, too much. Let's get a smaller bit. Oh well. And flavours there. Just amazing. Let's move that torch. Right, there we go, you can see. Oh yeah, it's a little bit runny, it's a little bit thin, but again, all you'd have to do is add some corn flour, mix it in, it'll thicken up very easy. You could also add gravy granules, which I did on my last video, but I like that. I'm just going to have it as it is. I mean, it's late at night, pitch black, lovely fire going. Still got some logs left over, so I can sit up for another hour or so once I've had this. I'm gonna have a few beers. But that it's seasoned right, doesn't need any salt and pepper or anything. It is beautiful. No, I like that. So that's another cracking dish in the Kazan. Okay, so if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment, please. It does help. You know, I can make my videos better with some feedback. Other than that, see you next time. So, peace out. Feel the vibe.